Michelle, do you realize that your addiction is a deadly, deadly disorder?
I sure do.
It's the third leading cause of preventable deaths in America today. And what I'm hearing you say is, I've slowed it down. What I'm hearing you say is, I've slowed down my drinking. And I'm here to tell you, it doesn't matter whether you shoot it in your arm or whether you snort it up your nose or whether you pour it down your throat. An addiction is an addiction. It's killing you and it's killing this relationship. Again, Michelle, in all honesty, all you have succeeded in doing is trading one addiction for another, and it's still killing you and it's still killing your relationship. Your daughter is here to tell you what your own behavior can't or you won't listen to over the last 17 years.
What do we do with a guy like this? If a woman is in a relationship with him, what does she do besides throw him out? I would do.
That's a very common answer. I think, first of all, the first mistake that a lot of us make in a relationship with somebody like Joe is we focus too much on the excessive behavior, which is the pack ratting. Now, obviously, it's problematic, but that's not the real problem. The problem is underneath that. Why is Joe doing this?
Why is Joe doing it?
Right. Joe, if I were to ask you, do you feel mad, sad, glad, or nervous the most in your daily living, what would you say?
Glad, nervous.
Glad and nervous, okay. Now, Joe and I were talking backstage, and I'll tell you what, Joe is a great guy, but having a conversation with him about one thing for maybe 2 minutes was almost an impossible task. I noticed a tremendous amount of nervous energy from you.
Yeah.
And I'm guessing that that is probably difficult for you to focus, pay attention, stay on task for a long period of time.
Yeah.
So, Joe, with you, maybe what's happening is maybe you have so much nervous energy that you don't know what to do with, that you run from collection item to collection item. How many things would you say in your house that you collect?
Oh, endless. I mean, if a glass breaks, I save the broken glass.
Guys, I got to jump in there because I'm really afraid that I could become this. Why do people hoard stuff?
You know, there's a number of reasons. Sometimes people are genetically predispositioned to sort of have a really excessive, obsessive-compulsive nature. Other times people are experiencing some sort of stress in their lives, whether it's sorrow, whether it's anxiety, like with Joe. And hoarding things is a way of coping with that, because when you're focused on hoarding something, you're not focused on the unpleasant emotion or stressful situation that you're trying to avoid.
So it's an escape of somehow.
Absolutely.
Oh, okay.
This is a life-threatening disease.
That's right.
That kills. Are you afraid that you're going to lose your daughter, that she's going to die?
I'm afraid that if this continues, like I said a little while ago, that she doesn't understand. That she might say, oh, I'm okay, I'm resilient right now.
Are you willing to do anything it takes to support your daughter in getting some recovery?
We have already done quite a bit.
Okay, Dr. Jeff, do you have an offer for Abby?
I do. Abby, in order to get better, and I'm saying this from experience, I have 12 years of recovery from bulimia myself, you need supervision to make sure that you're not hurting yourself, to make sure that you're not putting yourself at risk for heart attack. You need a therapist, you need a support group, and you need follow-up treatment. I have a place already set up for you that's willing to take you today if you're willing to go with me.
Abby, they're trying to help. You heard what Shannon said. You heard what your mom said. You heard everything the audience had to say. The doctor's making you a very important offer. What are you going to do?
I want to be better, like, on the inside, like, so I don't feel like I need to...
He's trying to help you do that, Abby. Will you take the help?
Will you take my hand when you walk out? All you have to do is just listen. Abby, all you have to do is go and be open and be willing to listen.
That's all you have to do, Abby. This is not prison, it's help. Will you take the help? Get some help, Abby, and get it right now. All right.